And it looks like our connection is pretty solid at over 12.5 kilobits per second. Coming at you at 1440p. This is kind of our new standard for quality. Welcome back to Mind Your Biz. My name is Seth. I have with me the lovely Mimi, aka Mama Biz. How are you?
I'm great. Hello, friends. How are you doing?
And go ahead and say hello. Leave your comments in the chat. As you know, you don't need to be offering us a super chat or buying your way into responses for comments. That's the size of community we are right now. So yeah, it's fun to still be able to see your comments. Crypto Mikkel is here. Says FA Mining Fam. Good to see you here.
Hey.
And gonna go ahead and go straight into the Fear and Greed Index. Current score is 60.
Whoa, it is just going up.
Pretty
Holy
much.
cow.
Been irrational exuberance, and it just keeps on climbing.
Don't buy anything, you guys. It's up.
You're saying this is a bull trap? No.
I did not say it was a bull trap. I just said it was up. Don't buy when it's up.
You're right. It's pretty simple stuff. Why don't we go ahead and just like make it very clear? We're not necessarily we might be giving legal and financial advice.
No. That is my opinion. And an opinion only. Oh, what does that say? The content on this channel is intended as entertainment and basic education. We are not certified experts, nor do we offer official advice regarding legal, financial, or investing decisions. You are responsible for your own decisions and their outcomes. DYOR, get wrecked.
Yep. So no, we're not actually giving you legal, financial, or business advice. We're not giving you homesteading, child rearing, or any other kind of advice. You still have to figure things out. But we do like to discuss.
If you've dropped the baby on its head, it is not our fault.
That's true. It's literally true. If you do that, that's totally your fault.
Totally on you.
Yeah. But speaking of dropping the baby on its head, yeah, I agree with you. Generally speaking, buying as you see prices are going up and not finding any kind of like bottom support for like long-term bottom support.
I'm wrong. Buy high, sell low.
I mean, that's the attitude of 95% of investors. So like,
we count on.
There's safety in numbers. Just do what they do. You'll be fine, I'm sure.
Run with the lemmings. Go. Yeah. Be free.
Yeah. I don't see it working out so well. But here's the funny thing. You realize that it is something of 90 to 95% of all investors lose money. And within 5 years, the majority of investors just give up, just stop investing. So it's always fresh liquidity. It's always fresh funding going into most markets.
It's fresh meat is the word you're looking for.
Yes, ma'am. That's kind of, that's definitely how the old dogs view it, and the funds and the fund managers, right? They're like, oh, cool, new idiots. But let's talk a little bit more about some of why it might be at this range. Pull up cryptobubbles.net. This is a really great visual representation, right? I mean, who doesn't love seeing zip bubbles? Yeah, render token coming back from the grave, basically. The project that allowed people to use their GPUs when they were not using them for crypto mining to do rendering. So CG rendering or do remote rendering. Now, cloud rendering is not a new thing, actually.
That's really cool.
Right? Yeah, it should be.
I understand what you said.
I know, right? Oh. I'm noticing we did some shoulders today. It's not really showing. I look like a little Lego man. It's just a hinge.
You look great. Very handsome.
Yeah, Lego shoulders, Lego muscles. Hey, F in the chat for the Lego arms. They don't even fully articulate. They just like move forward and back. So anyway, yeah, render token. It offered a valuable service, and it was a service that's already proven. That's the big thing.
So why the pump? Like, why did it pop up like that?
I don't know. It must have been an announcement in their project, or it could be that they're back into production, and so there are more GPUs that are offering services, and their marketplace is live. So, pardon the ignorance, Mind Your Biz community. We should probably look that up like right now before we talk any more about it, because like you're saying, it's the most salient winner from the last week. 100% up, not bad at all. We're gonna go ahead and search this up live. Render token coin gecko. I should bring us directly to the CoinGecko page, and that'll give us all of the fundamentals for that project. The reason I like to go this route, Mimi, is because if you just search something up and you rely on only the Google or the DuckDuckGo or whatever the search engine results are, it is possible for some third party, especially for hackers and black hat groups, to pay to have ads placed in the top ranking and bring you to a fake site, a trap site.
Oh,
that will, can fool you into connecting with your wallet. And that's how a lot of these NFT hacks that have been happening on crypto Twitter, some of them happen because of that. Like people paying for placement.
That's like stuff of nightmares.
Oh, I know.
Stuff of my nightmares, because I am like that person. I am the target audience for that thing.
And that's why we're doing this. That's why I'm telling you my methodology of looking for the CoinGecko page, or I just go to CoinGecko directly. I have it bookmarked and I can just search for it here. And I can use the ticker symbol, or I can just spell out the full name, right? It kind of knows, right? It's a top 100 project. So it's going to tell me it's a top 100 project, show me the ranking there. And then I can look up all the info after that point, including their main project website. So I'm not deceived.
Yeah.
Pretty important stuff to know. I mean, some of the members of the audience will be like, oh yeah, this is kind of basic, except that we know people and we've interacted with people who a lot of us know best practices. And then we get a little bit complacent or a little bit lazy and we do something, the shortcut just once or twice. And that's like just the wrong day, right? Just not, yeah. Our lucky number is up, a scammer is there rather, and they take advantage of us being inattentive for that one day. So we've seen that a couple of times. So if this is not something that you're already doing in my neighbor's community, just get in the habit. And hey, if you learn something new just by us talking through this, what should they do?
They should subscribe and then share with their friends and hit the like button.
Yeah, do that.
Oh, did I get that right?
Yeah, that's a good idea, guys.
Sweet.
Do all the things that she said. Okay, so got some comments coming in as well. Geek of All Trades, Automatic Beats, Kevin Hawthorne as well.
Woohoo!
Everybody popping in to say hello. Automatic Beats says, good evening, everyone. Crypto Mikkel says, so you're saying buy chickens. Got it.
Yep.
Actually, that is a really
all the
good
chickens.
idea.
Don't forget the quail and the turkeys and the geese.
Anything
and
that
the
lays
ducks.
eggs. Anything that lays eggs, basically.
All of them.
You'll be rich this time next year.
Turtles
obviously.
too. They lay eggs.
It's true. You can eat them even.
Lizards.
Yeah.
But if there's an egg, buy it.
Pretty much. Blatsmack says hello from Wisconsin. Hey, appreciate you watching us from Wisconsin. I mean, shout out to the Sonic Foundry team that was acquired by Sony back in the day. Madison, Wisconsin. Madison, Wisconsin is a place that everybody sleeps on, and these
You were
really
going to
shouldn't.
say Wisconsin. I heard it.
People from Wisconsin need love too. Why would you be so cruel? They live in a barren wasteland, the frozen tundra of Wisconsin, and you're going to make fun of them for living there?
You're the one saying Wisconsin, not me.
I'm just saying. My heart goes out to you people. I couldn't do it. How do you manage? Jokes. All right.
These are the jokes.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. So Latrell is here, says, bruh. Yeah, that is the name of tonight's live stream. It's a long story, but to make it short, I am moving on from, you're way lagged. You see how incredibly lagged our live stream is?
Dang.
See how far back behind that is?
Woo.
I want to see our stream settings. Something's not right here.
What is happening?
We're on like ultra high. Shouldn't be any added delay.
Do we sound okay?
Normal latency? Oh, it's the normal latency. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, normal latency goes a lot farther back. But
Yeah, latency. That's, gosh, darn it. That
Mimi
darn latency.
Mimi was going to tell you. She was going to troubleshoot, diagnose, and give you the facts.
As I do all the time.
Tough love when it comes to information technology.
There's a technological problem. I hop in and I fix it.
Yes, you
Dang
do.
it.
You're a problem solver.
I touch that thing and I blow it up.
You're a problem solver.
Boom.
Yes.
Problem solved. It's gone
Yeah.
because I destroyed it.
But the title of tonight's live stream, I guess it's a holdover from the other night. I re-imaged a Windows device from first boot, and I just about I wanted to give up. I really did. It's rare that I actually feel that way when it comes to projects like that. It's like, oh my gosh, okay, take a little break, whatever, get a cup of tea or make a sandwich or something, come back to it, and fresh eyes.
You drink whiskey when that happens. The whole bottle.
Don't put that evil on me.
Be honest.
Good Lord.
I'm teasing. He doesn't drink at all.
Jeez. Yeah, and if I did, I'd be kicked out of the house.
Yes, you
Damn.
would.
Jeez.
As would I. Let's be honest.
Right? No, you just fall asleep out in the snow and never wake up. That's what happened to you. It'd be just your luck.
Sleep.
You'd be like, yeah, I'm comfortable right here next to the car. I
It's
can't
so warm.
drive home now.
It's
Yeah.
only 7 degrees outside.
No, it would be terrible. So that's never happening. But yeah, the other night we had this crazy thing go on with installing Windows, and I was like, this is such a pain in the butt. Linux is so much easier by comparison. You've seen me do it, where I'm like, I don't like those settings, and I nuke it, and I reinstall Linux in like 5 minutes.
Yes, Linux is your lover right now.
Pretty much. I mean, if I had one.
Yes.
It would be open source
Yeah.
tech.
If I was going to smack someone down, it would not be Windows. It would be Linux.
The open source software, more broadly speaking, free and open source software, yes. But
that's
the
where the
Linux
bitch slap
kernel
is going.
GNU
on
Linux.
the Linux.
Yeah, that brazen hussy, GNU Linux.
Thanks for calling her that. That makes me feel better.
She's got thick skin. She can handle it. So anyway.
She can't take what I'm going to dish out.
Right. But tonight it was trying to install Calyx OS on a new Pixel device. I went ahead and picked up the Pixel 6 Pro. You may have been aware that I've been waiting, right? The 5G devices, and I'm not going to get all conspiracy theory on you, but the 5G devices, I don't like alpha buying anything. So air quotes. 5G radios, they're not even that many real 5G antennas out there from most of the major telcos. Did you know this?
No.
Most of them are fake.
They're fake?
I don't mean that they're like giant props and that nothing happens when they plug them in, or it's like a Christmas tree and they pretend that it's a cell phone tower. What I mean is they're broadcasting something that is a pseudo signal that fits the requirement of the faster speeds, but isn't actually pumping out 5G according to the specifications of the 5G spec.
Should we be happy about that?
It's a mixed bag. That's just it. People think they're getting something. They're not. In some cases, they are getting it. And then in other cases, it's like, all right, by the year 2030, we might have enough of the infrastructure rolled out for 5G that it actually matters.
But I thought
that's
5G,
literally the timeline.
I heard 5G will kill us all, so maybe it's a good thing.
Well, let me wrap the tin foil on now, and we'll see the comments come in as well. Dang, we got some comments. Yes, they are happening.
Oh, someone said Mimi is... Oh, I thought you were going to say something about my mic, but you just said something so nice.
Yeah. Geek of all trades, just he dropped a geek joke. He said, I knew it. Mimi will pseudo sue APT slap down. Sorry. Linux would get it. She would understand. She understands me.
I'm going to get her.
So tonight, though, I was going to install Calyx OS. It's what I run on my daily driver right now. So here's a Pixel 4 and with the privacy screen on it. I've stopped offering these on the Mind Your Biz website. And tonight is a perfect example of why. I actually don't have time for this these days.
You need to hire somebody.
I really do. Or I need to train one of our boys to do this particular thing.
No, you should train me. I would just perform so well in that capacity. I would do it.
Oh my gosh.
There would never be any problems with anything that I put together and sent out for, your clients.
None.
Your name on it.
No problems at all. Not one. But we got some new devices, reflashed a Pixel 3a for one of the boys, one of the kids. I want a low cost device because they were like, yeah, I need a phone, Dad. And we finally turned that corner, right? So the kiddos have phones, but they're security phones. That was the thing. There's no plain vanilla Android on these devices. There is no spyware. There's definitely no iPhone. I had a test device that we did use for a while, but then we were like, okay, we're storing it in a Faraday bag half the time so that the iTunes store doesn't phone home, because actually that's part of the subsystem of iOS is that it actually phones home. Not only phones home, but it uses all of its radios, including Bluetooth, to try to look for other iPhones in the immediate vicinity. It is so insidious. Apple is like the literal privacy devil when it comes to that sort of thing.
It's not just evil, it's evil.
It is the devil.
Like
the devil. So yeah, iOS right out, because an iTunes account would also dox us. So any bit of our info would then be correlated by Apple. They then have that. I'm not a big fan of that program.
Yep, that's why we're using a Mac right now.
Well, we talked about that. My audience knows why that is. I set it up without an iTunes account, and I used a third-party package manager to download all the software directly from GitHub. I know.
Hear that, guys?
You're impressed.
He's so smart. I am.
You are impressed. I can tell.
He's getting laid tonight because that was so hot.
Oh, guys, we got to speed up this live stream.
I'm lying. I have no idea what he was talking about.
Damn it.
Cold as ice.
All right. Jeez. That was quite the 180 there. But installing the OS on these, normally I use Calyx OS, and we've actually supported them. We went ahead and got the membership. We have got their little device right here. So we've got the 1 year hotspot right here, which is kind of nice. because it is anonymized. It doesn't actually have our account info on it. So T-Mobile just views this as like generic Wi-Fi hotspot, which is kind of great for privacy too. And so like this would allow us to connect all of these other things. Geek of All Trades says, is Mind Your Biz using Parallels? Miggy talks about another advocate. And yes, there's some good tips from this other person, but yeah, those are pretty great. Those are pretty great. Yeah, I don't mind Naomi's content. It's entertaining, but we learn all the same stuff here at Mind Your Biz. I'm just going to call that what it is. Difference is we will occasionally actually go through tutorials as well. So we do actually show you how. But installing this versus the brand new phones, this became nearly impossible to install because of the installer that Calyx OS requires. Anyway, I don't want to get too nerdy. Point is, it was actually really hard.
I'm sorry.
It was kind of difficult this time.
Did you cry?
No, I didn't.
That couldn't have been that bad.
But I did try using sudo and it didn't work.
And then you cried.
Which is kind of like, yeah, basically I cried after not getting it to push the command through via sudo. And then I checked, device drivers, and I checked, is there some other third-party library, and is there something that I'm using incorrectly? And then I tried using some web install interface, and the web USB interface apparently didn't sense these devices either. Long story short, it got pretty complicated. I had to use Google's own device installer, their command line tool, which is basically like a stripped-down ADB toolkit that's designed just for reinstalling this stuff. I'm getting really nerdy. The point is, it took way more time than I thought, and I ultimately became impossible for me to use Calyx OS. I've switched entirely to Graphene OS because it was actually possible. And not only was it possible, it was easy. It was using their web install method where I clicked a few buttons and I was able to, visually see what it was doing the entire time. I could have unplugged it or gone a different route. And
she just went beep, boop, 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 and it was done.
That's what she did. And I was like, beep, boop, boop.
Did you say she did that?
Yeah, she did.
Are you just trying to make me angry?
I don't know. Are you angry? How does it make you feel?
Shut up.
Okay. So Graphene OS is the new privacy OS that we're using. I'm probably going to convert most of our phones, actually.
So this is going to happen to my phone too.
I think it might be worth doing. Then again, Calyx OS is going to do the over-the-air updates for your phone, so maybe we just let sleeping dogs lie there.
That sounds good.
I think with the boys and myself, we'll probably just use Graphene OS, and then once we do an upgrade for you, we'll move to either Graphene OS or we'll go to Lineage OS for some other device. It'll be something maybe with a nicer camera, or it doesn't have to be quite as restrictive as these security phones. I feel like for me, the security profile is I can't afford to let my phone get hacked. And once we do start going to more of the DevCon events and some of the other security and privacy events, I will be a target. That's just a known fact. When you go to those security events, everybody there, it's like a game.
I thought you were going to say when we go to DevCon 5. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah, there's an event called DevCon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're going.
Probably.
That'll be fun.
I mean, we're going to be at ETH Denver just after the hackathon. So there will be some of the same people there that are security minded. And it's a game. To security people, it's a game. When you go to a security conference in particular, the whole thing, they're black hat as well.
So you're going to have to take care of my phone first and then give me a little tutorial, because I will actually be the weak link in the chain there, not you.
You'll probably have your phone left in a Faraday bag the entire time that we're there, pretty much.
Fine.
Yeah. So there,
No playing on my phone.
Pretty much. I'll
basically my Twitter account.
I'll hand you a walkie-talkie there, and I'll probably you can't legally encrypt walkie-talkies, but we'll do what we can. Then you'll be like, here you go, push to talk, direct line.
That sounds so fun.
Yeah. Anyway,
I can't wait.
I know. It'll be exciting. Totally exciting. So, but that's kind of the update there. Had to do a little bit of rearranging, but with 5G, you said hey, it's supposed to be bad for you too. Let me wrap on the tinfoil real fast. 5G is millimeter wave, essentially. There was a study that's now declassified, and as you're aware, the government is pretty good about telling you what they did to violate people's rights and their personal safety and stuff, but only well after the damage is done.
Yeah, like JFK.
Yes, the CIA literally admitted to it, and nobody seems to give two craps.
Because all the people who did it are dead, so it can't possibly be a problem now.
Right, but the media has stayed totally silent on this, right? They're like, oh yeah, we, the CIA, openly admit to setting up the murder of a standing president. He was sitting at the time.
That's not a
In the car.
problem, is it? What?
Yeah, right. But no. No, leave Harvey Oswald. He definitely shot those bullets from the angle that he did, and they went around corners and loop-de-looped through JFK's body. But now
You are mistaken. It was Magneto.
yeah, right, it was definitely obviously Magneto. But now the CIA has admitted to having done it, right? And they've declassified that. Well, they declassified some other documents as well. Different department for a project called Project Bazaar. Look it up. It's hard to find the drafts of this, but Project Bazaar was millimeter wave, but at low power. That's the big thing. People say, oh, it's an active deterrent, right? Yeah, millimeter wave. When you crank a bunch of gain through a millimeter wave device, you can make somebody feel like their skin is tearing off. That's the perception. It's not actually doing that to you, but it makes you feel like, oh my gosh, my skin is burning and tearing. I'm really uncomfortable. I want to move. Because it will force somebody to get out of your way, right? Or it'll force a large crowd to dissipate.
Like what they do to the Hulk.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly what they do to the Hulk.
Okay.
And that's exactly the device, right? So an active deterrent, and it requires a lot of power to be pushed through that radio. Well, Project Bazaar, they did much lower gain, much lower power going through this device. And they just kind of irradiated people with little bits of microwave radiation
It's a little bit of radiation.
at the 5G band, right? At that millimeter wave. You know what they found?
What?
They found that people became kind of docile, kind of chilled out, kind of easy to manage.
Meh. Meh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now we have these 5G towers everywhere. Weird. But yeah, it's probably perfectly safe for your health. Just not safe for your will to rebel, or your will to fight back if it came to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my 5G horror story. I'm sticking to it. The good news is that it actually doesn't go through walls very well. It's not particularly good at permeating into people's homes. And if you had, like, especially with brick construction, like what we live in, we're probably not getting dosed by that 5G.
So we're only easy to subdue when we're outside.
Using this method.
Okay.
That's what they observed. But Project Bazaar, been declassified, and that research was done clear back in the 1960s. And they started doing it because the United States Embassy in Moscow was being hosed by microwave radiation. The Russians were doing it to us.
It's the Russians, you guys.
So they were like, okay, well, the Russians are pretty smart guys. What do they know about this that we don't? We should probably go figure out what it's done to our people over there. Like,
Wow.
Because we're detecting all this microwave radiation. What are they doing? And so they conducted this study in Project Bazaar. They tried to figure it out. But anyway, fun times. That's why I have an inherent mistrust of 5G, is that I think, okay, well, it does like these phones, the cell towers can do what's called beamforming. So you could take a 5G tower, and if it had enough gain going through it, you get multiple 5G towers that then focus the amount of 5G radiation right towards wherever your signal is. Or, if it's in your pocket, just kind of roughly aim it about 18 to 24 inches higher, right about where your brain is.
Then it'll really rip your skin off.
It could really cook your brain. So it's because it's microwave radiation. So yeah,
And then you could die suddenly and no one would know why.
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
and they wouldn't think to autopsy your brain in that way. So anyway, just
Are you trying to give me nightmares?
no, I'm trying to avoid getting my brain cooked. So anyway, it's not that this is a likely scenario. It's very unlikely, but all the components are there. Like it's really cool stuff for a James Bond film. It's unlikely to ever happen, but all the components are there, that if there were people who had enough access and were motivated enough, it's a little far-fetched, but it's possible. Ish.
Okay.
Almost. In the meantime.
Okay, we should move on.
Yeah, in the meantime, just getting hosed with microwave radiation makes you an easy monkey to control. So I don't like that very much. So I've been hesitant, but There's also the question of the first generation of it, of any kind of technology, just not working out very well. We just don't need 5G in our phones yet. So I avoided the Pixel 4a 5G version. I avoided the Pixel 5. Pixel 6, I feel pretty good about. Plus, there's enough like upgrades. It's like double or quadruple the RAM. This has more RAM than the first 3 laptops I ever owned. Or first like 5 laptops I ever owned. 6 maybe. It's ridiculous. So like if I plug this into whatever, a monitor or something, it's actually faster than the laptop that I set up for our oldest, and the laptop that our youngest uses for school running Linux. So it's like does all the other stuff too. So it's kind of cool. Anyway,
That's really cool.
long story, really boring, so nerdy.
Nerd.
Hit thumbs up because you know you like it. All right, checking out our comments. I'm going to jump back in a little bit farther. We've got Miggy saying, hey, Biz and Mimi, Flat Smack, hello from Wisconsin. We're already there. And so Mining says, hey, y'all. And Stick says, what's up, fam? Flat Smack, lol. I'm looking to pick up an S9J for $40. And I want to make a space heater, says Enzo Mining. That's great. I love that. We've talked about that a little bit. So
Nice.
Mimi's okay with it. We'll probably just use Brains OS and leave this one of the stock fans on. And that should be enough to, Brains OS will adjust based on the heating core. The thermistor that's built on the heating device, being built on the hash boards, and it'll just ramp down the power consumption, and then you can spin up your fans only as much as you need to dissipate like 400 to 500 watts for your TDP. So Geek of All Trades says, mind you're busy using Parallels. No, I am not using Parallels. I'm also just not using Windows on the macOS device. I use a package manager, and I use, it's nice that I've got a bash terminal available more of the time. Miggy says, nice. I haven't been tuned in here long. All right, cool. Hopefully we will get to more of that content. Ask away any questions you have about the sorts of stuff that we use and do, and, our likes and preferences. And don't ask anything even remotely sexual, though, because Mimi just has no filter.
Don't encourage me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Really, don't.
Yes.
I think we've lost some people sometimes because I just was not filtering well.
That's true.
I'm sorry.
But we're really good at double entendre. So I don't think we've been dinged by the algorithm just yet. No, I'm just saying.
Just by you losing viewers.
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
Offending people. So let's see. Geek of All Trade says, get a walkie that jumps channels. The Goblin Dude is in the chat, says, howdy doody. I started my CPU mining journey for the first time today. Not sure if what I am mining is good, but I am mining Uranium X. URX. Cool. All right.
You're mining uranium?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's the name of the coin.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Good job. Go. That's wonderful.
Yes. Stick. Great example. All the way back. Mindsum is also here. Says, Waves said, Geek of All Trades. Appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for the support. Geek of All Trades also mentions that 5G sucks in the rain. There you go.
It sucks.
In the rain.
Oh, sorry. I heard sucks in the rain.
It does. It sucks
like
it in.
a straw. I was just like, how does it do that?
Literally, the towers have giant vacuums on them. It just sucks.
Just inhaling all the rain.
So yeah, when it's raining, it sucks
no
even
rain
worse.
for you.
You
will have nothing, including rain, and be happy.
You're right. Yeah, but apparently when it rains, you also don't have 5G. So
Oh.
Less than nothing.
So go run in the rain.
You don't even have microwave radiation pouring all over you.
Can't even get radiated. Darn it.
Awesome. So it looks like this is crazy. I think that our preview, that's what's happening. Our preview is what's really far behind. That's crazy. We have way less lag than I thought.
Good.
Yeah, good. Way good.
All systems go. We are fine. Running a tight ship.
Doing extra great.
Smooth
Extra great.
Sailing.
Yeah.
I'm looking for another metaphor. Throw one up if you got one.
Got it. Mindsum says, mind your business. Did you see Ray Dalio shilling the digital yuan and crapping on Bitcoin today? Yeah, we're going to talk about that, actually. I think it's one of our articles. Yeah.
Oh.
Really, you can't make this stuff up, right? These guys absolutely nut-hugging oppressive regimes and
wait.
begging for...
I think I understand that. He was shilling a CBDC over Bitcoin?
Yes.
Kill him! What is that? No, I didn't mean that literally, just figuratively. That's not okay.
That. You can't say that. You can never say on YouTube that you want somebody to be unalived.
I didn't say that.
I know. You said the other word.
I said dill. You didn't hear it? Dill?
Yeah.
Dill, pickle him.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
pickle the man.
We're going to pickle
alive.
the man. We're going to put him in a brine.
Get him tarred and feathered.
That'll show him.
Yeah. Get him out of here. Run him out on a rail. Okay, so render token, we talked about that earlier on. It's here, and this is the way that we find our info. We start at CoinGecko. Another great site for that is nomics.com, or CoinMarketCap is another one. But I prefer Nomics and CoinGecko in that order. CoinGecko is just very easy to make portfolios and stuff. And there's a really simplified app. So easy for you to use on the phone. But yeah, all of the info that we would need, including, there we go, markets. It'll show you where it's traded. So this is an ERC, it's a token that runs on Ethereum. So it'll show you that it's on Binance. It'll show you, it should show you that it's on Uniswap. Anytime now, there it goes. It's just not a lot of volume that's on Uniswap, which is a bummer, but it is available on Uniswap, so you can get some exposure to it. And there's apparently a Matic version of it, a Polygon version of it on QuickSwap. I didn't even know that there were traded pairs. Yeah, LP pairs over on QuickSwap.
I didn't know that either.
Teeny tiny amount.
Shocking.
I know. I say these things to shock you. It's like, yeah, I'm glad my plan is working.
Why'd you put on this seat today?
So what else? Show more info. Here's where it goes. Shows us the explorers, shows us wallets that support it, which is not super helpful, but the website, right? rendertoken.com. They snap that up very, very early. And then how about their Medium, their blog probably will show us more about the more recent news. The Render Network Foundation. That's got to be bullish news. Integrates Octane. Ooh, Octane. Dang, integrating Octane is big. Very big.
Explain as though I were 5 and had no idea what any of that meant, because I practically am 5.
The reason that Render Token is so popular is that it's run by a company that already had a cloud rendering service and already had a best-in-class rendering software for people's workstations. So in our family, we have visual effects artists. We talk visual effects at holidays, much to Mama Business chagrin.
It's so fun.
But we talk shop all the time, right? We're aware of their offering, been aware of their offering for years. And Octane is the name of their software product, Octane Render. And it is best in class. It's very, very good. It gives some of the best looking results, some of the best lighting, and some of the best atmospheric properties that fool your eye into thinking that something is photoreal.
Okay.
So even if it's rendered in a computer, depending on the subject of your scene and how you light it, you can make something look even that much better by using Octane Render. And so for them to have finally integrated Octane, I mean, I missed this. It's been some time.
And this is decentralized? Is that what I saw up above?
Yes, it's a decentralized, basically, yeah, it's decentralized and permissionless. Anybody can contribute their GPUs to do the rendering.
Ooh.
And then they get compensated in the render token.
I like it.
Pretty cool, right?
That's cool.
Yeah. Well, with an established company that has an established product and an established lead in that market. So it's not just like they launched just for the sake of, oh, cool, it's a crypto token. We're going to go print money, basically.
You don't want to just go print money? Isn't that what we do here in the crypto world?
I like the idea of printing money. When it comes to investing in a company, though, these guys right here, I want them to have a business model that I would otherwise invest money into.
You know who else likes printing money? The U.S. government.
I thought you were going to say Uncle Bob. That guy's crazy.
Uncle Bob. Nope.
Okay.
Uncle Sam.
Yeah, Uncle Sam. We already know that about him. I thought Uncle Bob was getting into the business too. I was going to say, hey, I tell him that he knows a guy that can also make a token for all that money he's printing. These are the jokes, folks. Not actually involved in any of that, but we do have some news about that, about not printing money, but washing it.
Washing?
What are they doing it? Scrubbing it? No, laundering it. There you go.
No, soaping.
Soaping the money. Soaping the bills. Let's see. The Goblin Dude says, well, you cannot say that word that you used before in the first 3 minutes. Correct.
Were we more than 3 minutes in? Were we in the clear?
Yeah, we were. Mindsum also mentions that it's not just NEC BTC, it's the digital yuan. So it is literally the embodiment of all evil as it comes to controlling regimes. Yeah, not good. Geekfall Trades tells Crypto Mikkel that he's mining Doge solo with a mini Doge and 2 L3 pluses. Yes. Geekball Shred says they're even on KuCoin, the hure of all the crypto exchanges. Like a doorknob, everyone gets a turn. Jeez.
Oh my.
Wow.
That was dirty.
Yeah, very dirty. Very dirty. Geek of All Trades also reminds us that we don't print money around here. We mine magic internet money. Yes, sir. Thumbs up for that comment right there. That's why mining and proof of work are so important, is that you have proof of investment, actually, proof of ongoing investment in the infrastructure. So if anybody wonders, did you just make this out of thin air? No. You invested into it.
I made it with my magic machine.
Yeah. Or I created a botnet and I made it with somebody else's machines.
I'm getting ideas here.
Make mining great again. Run a botnet. All right. Moving back into our news. This is render token. This took us a long time to get into that, but that pretty much answered all your questions.
Yeah, and I actually understood it too.
Heck yeah.
It's very exciting.
Heck yeah. All right. So back to crypto bubbles. When you see a big old bubble on this site, do the research, do the work. If you're just tuning in and you're not familiar with some of these projects, that's the other takeaway here, is don't let yourself be complacent with some kind of like gap in your understanding or ignorance, right? Like the information is out there and there are great tools to find it. You'll find a lot of those as links in the description of this video. We have a new tool to show them at the end too.
Ooh. Wink at me again. I like that. Ooh.
There we go. I had to throw it a little harder. She didn't quite get my drift.
Don't get a tick.
All right. Yeah, right. Develop some kind of like Tourette's or OCD on the show. I winked too hard.
What have you done to my husband? All of you.
But moving from crypto bubbles, take a look at a Bitcoin chart, because it's a crypto show. And this market cap always, it does what Bitcoin wants it to do.
You mean usually. It goes up?
Eventually.
Or
sometimes it goes sideways. But usually up or down.
Never down. Up or sideways, that's it.
Up only. Yeah, there's actually a...
It's all upons.
All upons the price movements. Move the price. All right, so here on Bitcoin, yeah, it broke out of that little chopstick pattern that we had right there. I'm not too worried about it. Right now, the MACD is still showing a bearish divergence, right, from that 50 and 200 day. And apparently we have some news about that as well. So I'm going to leave that exactly at that. These chopsticks, don't take them seriously. Don't base your trades on them, and definitely don't decide whether or not you want a DCA based on this show. You got to make those decisions for yourself. But I cannot mention strongly enough that if you want to DCA, if that's part of your strategy while we're exploring bottom support soon, you should go to the Swan Bitcoin link that you see in the link in the description. That's what we use to DCA when we're DCAing into Bitcoin.
You're using one of those acronyms again. What's DCA?
Dollar cost average. I'm so glad you asked. This means that when you're doing a regular automatic purchase of some Bitcoin, we use Swan Bitcoin. And the link is down in the description, or you can just go to swan.myb.lol. And it's kind of the nomenclature for most of our links around here.
Nice.
So yeah, that's our price right there. We're going to move those once we think it makes sense. Price to mine one full Bitcoin. Ooh, this calculator is very much colliding. It's not looking very accessible. I actually can't even get to any of my inputs there because at half screen, this website broke. So I'm sorry, you broke it.
I broke it.
She broke it.
It's my fault. I'm going to get a spanking.
Probably.
Hopefully.
Can you read this for us?
Yes, 1 year later, federal investigators eyeing Squiggles NFT creators for wire fraud and money laundering. Laundering, is that the word?
That's the word.
That's the word.
Yeah.
It's all wet.
Gosh.
I'm sorry, it's all soapy. It's all soapy.
Gosh. You're not making it any better. For any of our audience that travel to Southeast Asia frequently, they'll be like, nah, that's way worse. It's so much worse. 1 year later, yeah. So apparently, yeah, the Squiggles NFT creators, that's how they eventually try to pin people in the crypto ecosystem, right? They call it wire fraud and money laundering when you do any kind of a token sale, because that's the best law they have to try to like fit that into a charge. And it's regulation by enforcement. Like, we didn't like your token sale, so you're a money launderer.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much.
That sucks.
It is pretty sucktastic, and we got to see like exactly what you like that sucktastic.
You like that?
Oh my gosh.
Go on.
Sucktastic, craptacular. Big. Take your pick, guys. These are old. These are at least 25 years old, quarter of a century old.
Yeah.
Those phrases. They might even be from the 70s and we just stole them from parents. Yeah, classmates and me. Anyway, so yeah, there's a little bit of an issue there. Not to be confused with the more popular and, of course, much more established and legitimate project, Chromie Squiggles.
Chromie Squiggles? That just sounds wrong.
Dude, this is hilarious.
The
Who
rainbow
wrote
of
this?
squiggles.
Taylor Scott, like, kudos. Oh, way to throw shade, like extra shade at NFT projects in general. The way more legitimate and established NFT project, Chromie Squiggles. Anyway, so they sought an aesthetic seen in projects like Doodles, right? Not Squiggles, Doodles, leaning heavily into cartoonish, wavy visuals. So rug alert, but yeah, I guess they did actually get away with pulling the community. So probably does kind of lean a little more closely to a legitimate charge, but that's for the authorities to figure out.
How did they do that?
How did they do it?
How did they rug them?
Okay. Manifesto titled Squiggles Rug Alert caught arguably more attention than the project itself last year. Spanned nearly 60 pages in total. Dang. Led up to the mint, caused an uproar in the community. So yeah, CoffeeZilla, Zach XBT, NFT Ethics released threads and details around the rug. OpenSea pulled it from the platform. Here we go. The organizers of this rug pull finally settled with their bag and moved on from the NFT space. Well, they've been active on Twitter. Full-fledged rug. Yeah, I don't know exactly how they did it. I think they just did that. They took funds early on, and then at mint, they just didn't deliver. I mean, that's all it takes with a Bitcoin or a crypto. Gosh darn it. NFT project. NFT mint. There. The word finally was spat out.
That's not a word. Those are letters. 3 of them.
Right. But it's easier than saying non-fungible token.
No, it's easier to just say NIFT.
NIFT. People will try. They won't. I don't think it's going to stick.
They will fail.
So apparently Bitcoin's 7th golden cross has happened in these last 10 years. What does it mean for Bitcoin's price? This is so great. I love this aesthetic. It's so great. Zoomers, you've done maybe one thing right, and this is it. The classical aesthetic. Yes. Reject modernity. Embrace tradition. So apparently, assuming there isn't a sudden and lasting more than 30% collapse in the price of Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency market cap, then its 50-day moving average, simple moving average, should move above its 200-day simple moving average in around 1 week. We'll see. And if it does hit that golden cross, some people believe that we're off to the races. Mimi, what do you think?
I think it will go up or down.
It's
that's
a bold
what I
assessment.
I know.
It's yeah.
I know. I'm
sure.
being really risky.
Yep. So we also have Vlatsmack tuning in to say chiming in to say if you have a job, DCA is a great strategy. Those are big facts. In fact, but here's the other thing. If you have a job working in cryptocurrency and you're taking payment in crypto, then you're effectively dollar cost averaging with sweat, right? With your work. And as you know, I do have freelance work in crypto doing marketing. So it's nice to have exposure to the asset that way. Every pay period to get paid in crypto. It's a dollar cost average, technically, because my hourly rate is already fixed for what the work that I do. The Goblin Dude asks, have you heard of Bitcoin ordinals?
Ordinals? I have not. Explain.
I have.
What is it?
So Bitcoin ordinals, the way it's a protocol that allows people to tie more information to the Bitcoin blockchain than it was originally designed to do. Sort of like NFTs. You can tie videos and
Does this have anything
pictures.
to do with wrapping stuff?
It does not. It's not technically wrapping stuff. It's more associating other data to a specific coin or Satoshi, like even an individual Satoshi, or and then that gets written into a block of Bitcoin's blockchain.
Okay. I still don't understand, but a kind of the visual's starting to come together for
Well,
me.
what's more important is what you can do with it, right? So I kind of described the engine.
Tell me what you can do with it.
All right, I can tell you what you can do with it.
So many things.
So you can hit the accelerator, go real fast.
Uh-huh.
The way you drive this thing
Yes.
is you make NFTs of it, basically.
Oh my gosh.
That's kind of the long and the short of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Bitcoin ordinals. Yes. Yeah. It's hitting hard. Yeah. Yeah. Bitcoin ordinals is taking everybody by surprise. You could say that it's a bum rush the community.
No. That was a bridge too far. Too much.
So how has Bitcoin performed after Golden Cross events? Historically, it's performed better, usually. It doesn't always perform better, though. People were excited about the Bitcoin cross, the Golden Cross potentially happening early 2019, and it just did not run up at the time people thought it would run up.
Was there a golden cross?
I think it was a fake out, actually. I don't think it finally happened. So we still have to see it happen.
So close, but it just didn't get there.
Yeah, so they say if you were to have held for 365 days, you would have been up 5 out of 7 times. Again, the magnitude of gains over this time period varies wildly from 25 to 400%. This is why I don't worry so much about this. Bitcoin is such a strange, volatile asset that to say like, well, every time there's a golden cross, it means we're definitely making gains. Nope, doesn't definitely mean that. So, all right. And Geek of All Trades is asking what my thoughts are on Caspa. I don't have strong feelings on Caspa or strong thoughts on Caspa. I think right now that they are fighting for survival like so many other projects. So
wasn't Caspa the one that was like profitable to mine for a while though? I thought I heard you mention it several times like, oh, Caspa's up. You can mine Caspa and make a profit.
That is correct.
What happened?
Well, let's take a look over here. Caspa. Oh, and it's a backwards K. Typically, oh, that's fun. I like that they list Trade Ogre. Yeah, it's listed on Trade Ogre, which I think is a great place to bring your liquidity if you are mining Caspa. So that's the first thing. If I were mining Caspa right now, that's where I would probably be trading because there's clearly a market there. Let's go over to our all portfolios view here as well and get out of here. Caspa is the most profitable coin in our portfolio right now, but that's because we have an unrealistic holding right there. With a market cap of almost $100 million, though, they'll have development capital for quite some time at a 5 cent or a half penny value per coin.
That's a hundredth, though, right?
Yeah.
Or a thousandth?
Half a penny. It's a halfpenny.
It's a halfpenny?
Yes.
I thought a halfpenny would be,
A halfpenny is literally half a penny. And it used to be an actual thing in this country.
Sorry, that took me a minute. Now I know what I'm looking at. Yeah, it's a halfpenny.
Yes.
A halfpenny will do.
Yeah, if you haven't got a halfpenny. If you haven't got a halfpenny, God bless you, right?
Thank you.
Yeah. So.
God bless you too.
Thank you as well. So here we, that was very sacrilegious. I apologize to whoever I offended with that. Because somebody's like, all right, that's the last straw. Cancel.
What if we were in earnest? I mean,
it's true.
Yes.
True. 24-hour trading volume is pretty good. It's healthy enough on Caspa. It's not going anywhere, right? The market is there. It's established. And the chart, I'm not going to pretend to know whether or not there's any manipulation going on there, but it appears to have relatively normal movement on it. Then probably correlation to Bitcoin there. As far as the project itself having a really great future to it, yeah.
It's okay to say I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I think I already said it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't have strong feelings about it because I don't understand it well enough.
So what we do know is it has been profitable to mine so far.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and what I'll say is that I don't foresee it replacing anything like Ethereum right now. MineSum is also asking, are GPU mining anything right now? Nope, I have GPUs sidelined and ready to spec mine only. I'm not mining anything consistently, and I've only, at this point, I think we've only got about just under 2 kilowatts of GPUs that would be ready to do that. So it'd be about 2 kilowatts worth of, between some AMD and NVIDIA cards. And yeah, going to be spec mining on those only. But yeah, not actively spec mining anything else. So yeah, that answers that. I know it's disappointing. Everyone's like, oh, tell us what you're mining. Shill something, please. But yeah. So Bitcoin, the Death Cross or the Golden Cross is exciting.
The Death Cross, that's a different thing.
It is a different thing.
But I know that's a different thing.
We have some other news here, though.
Okay.
Would you like to read it?
OpenSea released a suite of new tools for creator NFT drops. Ooh.
This is good?
I think that's exciting. Anything that helps creators to do more is exciting.
I agree. I completely agree. And apparently this is what they just said. They're going to, yeah, request early access. Very, very, yeah, different things. Save time, easy to use tools that help you get started quickly. Enjoy the freedom to focus on the things that matter most, like growing and supporting your community. Don't worry about the tech. They're kind of right. You know, like people who do clothing brands now, they set up a Shopify and they don't build a custom front end for their e-commerce store. They use drop shippers to test out their projects or their products, and they don't try to like go and source the finest bamboo, right? Bamboo cloth, right? Spun bamboo materials to go and create a designer brand from scratch. They start with a few designs and they go with somebody else who already has a warehouse full of that stuff. So yeah, agree. Customize your experience, drop with confidence. So yeah, their smart contract, safest place to mint. Yeah, that's cool. But then you bake in your royalties to OpenSea forever. And I mean, it should travel to other platforms pretty well. Can anyone drop on OpenSea? Rolling out our drops experience in phases. Eventually, yes. Express your interest. Will I be able to use my own contract? Yes. If it conforms to the ERC 721C drop contract standard. All right. Caveat emptor. Yeah, take a look at that. What my landing page look like? They're intended to be rich storytelling surfaces. These landing pages are customizable, provide space for key messaging and project information. A countdown clock, NFT gallery, and roadmaps, as well as images and videos. That really isn't bad. I'm not going to lie. There are projects that would benefit from this, and a whole lot more.
Cool.
So there you go.
Yay.
One of the top pages for, Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins is getting into NFTs?
And he's using this.
What? What is this? What am I watching?
Cancel.
What is that? Really?
Yep, this is the project, The Eternal. Sold out. Dang, they killed it.
Wow.
Sorry, they unalived it.
Is that also Anthony Hopkins?
I don't think that's literally him. I think that is a current 3D modeled version of his face.
Nope, that's him in real life. I know it.
Yeah.
I am sure of it.
All
My
right.
eyes will not deceive me. That is real.
You guys want to tell her? All right.
This is really cool, though.
It's not bad, right? Let's see the faces.
That's so cool.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. That's definitely him. He definitely stood there while they stuck those things on his face.
That's his job, honey. He does that all the time.
That's true.
That is so real.
It's been some years since he's had let anybody do that level of makeup on him now.
How do you know?
Because I'm literally his dad.
That sounds like speculation.
And
yeah,
his
Dad.
physique is 100% that. So
Yep.
also. Good stuff though, right? Very interesting. It's so funny because he's like got such that calm and understated look, right? Yeah.
I love it. But I isn't it cool? Isn't it cool to see someone, someone who's older, like Anthony Hopkins, doing stuff with NFTs?
Yes, it is very, very cool. And I think it has to do, I think this was, I think it's part of a movie, right? The blockchain is the new canvas. That's actually his quote.
Ooh, that's so cool.
Isn't that amazing? Now we can go and quote him at the least appropriate times anywhere in the world forever.
Oh, because he paints in real life, doesn't he? He's a painter.
Maybe.
I think he paints.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah, October 13th, he absolutely smashed it.
Future is now, guys. Future is now.
It is.
If Anthony Hopkins can get it, so can you.
You probably can't. We're not all going to make it. You're not going to do as well as Anthony Hopkins. I just want to manage your expectations. Mimi wants to make you feel good. It's a mom's job, but I'm just going to give you the tough love.
You are a star.
No.
You are everyone's favorite. Everybody likes you. And you are the most precious, beautiful person in the room.
Not true. Your mom likes you, but she's the only one. So, see what else do we have here in the comments section. We had some questions about spec mineable coins. Geek of All Trades asked, what do you look for in a spec mineable coin? What makes you want to turn back on? That's a great question. So as far as something that makes me want to turn back on the mining rigs, it really does have to do a lot more with the speculative nature. Like, just needs to have a potential future. I have some coins that I don't want to talk about publicly. That's the problem with spec mining too.
Don't show them your ass.
Exactly. Because that's the literal reason.
Sorry.
Because I don't want to do that.
I'm the only one who gets to see that. Just me.
Yeah. Yeah. And even at that, that's usually like, hey, I think something's really, really wrong.
I have this boil.
Yeah. She's
on
like,
my
you know
butt.
what? I got you.
Yeah.
This is true love.
Can Linux do anything about that? I think not.
I can run
Don't
TensorFlow
even
locally.
say it.
And I could run it's not just Linux. I could just run, OpenCV on Python, and I could do analysis of the rash.
That bitch.
Multispectral analysis.
Well, what do you need me for?
Literally to take care of rashes on my ass.
Oh my
Is that what you just
gosh.
said? Did you just distill your utility in life to being my personal ass rash inspector?
I guess I'm just going off of experience. This is terrible. This is our worst.
I know. I didn't think we were going to go this direction.
There go all your followers. That man is disgusting.
It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Smash those likes for moms.
For moms everywhere.
Moms everywhere. They deserve it. Smash likes. All right. So apparently, the new toolkit has come out and it's been battle tested with Sir Anthony Hopkins. And as you're aware, that William Shatner did an NFT drop a couple years ago. He actually did one from Leonard Nimoy posthumously as well.
Really?
Mm-hmm. To raise money for the estate, to raise money for Leonard Nimoy's family.
That's super cool.
And it minted out too, but it was not on Ethereum and it was not on OpenSea. It was on a totally different blockchain.
How'd it go?
Really well, because William Shatner leaned in and made sure that it would go really well.
Okay, Anthony Hopkins and William Shatner. These guys are just ahead of their time.
Well, William Shatner, he pioneered a lot, right? He took a lot of arrows, took a big risk with that other blockchain. It's the Worldwide Asset Exchange, or WAX.
Also going into space.
Yeah, that's true.
That is a big risk at his age.
That's true. And then he cried on camera afterwards. That's the biggest risk. He actually cried on camera.
He was happy to do that.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Helped him reclaim some of his humanity. People are like, is this guy normal? Is he actually human? Yes, he's human.
It's like, I think I'm crying.
Can't you see? I feel
Something.
there's something on the wing. Something. So anyway, moving on. This actually does look really great. I'm excited to look forward. I'm going to look into it and see if we can get a mint going for somebody who we know. Because I think that we know a few NFT artists who would like to use this new toolkit. So we'll probably apply as Mind Your Biz and then see if we can just get through as like a studio, right? So we're a launch pad for other people we know.
I like that.
Yeah,
that
right?
makes me happy.
Yeah, we help the fam. We help people we know. Help people we like more.
I know Ragsy and I like her.
She's probably already got inclusion into this project.
Oh,
or into
yeah,
this
she'd
platform.
definitely be way more ahead.
We'll ask her. At least she can be our launch pad.
Yo.
Yeah, right. So yeah, Ragsy Art, she's amazing actually. Does a lot of large Lego installations. So murals. She'll do a bunch of like thousands of Legos on the wall. And just and yes, she does crazy glue it because they're art installations that people want to try to literally take a piece of back home.
Yeah, that's her IRL stuff, but she also does make NFTs.
Yep.
That's
She's a true artist.
Yeah, she had one at Art Basel
Yes.
on display. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, when we saw that, it was a lot of fun. Seriously, Art Basel was great.
Yeah.
A great show for blockchain enthusiasts or people who aren't into blockchain to go learn. So anyway, moving on quickly, TVL on all of our smart contract chains. Hey, shocker, it's still going to Ethereum. And talked about this on a live stream today, or on a Twitter Spaces today. So shout out to the golden retriever, rather, and the Arctic water, rather the Bark token, right? So Bark token and Gold Retriever had me on a space with Wolf Financial, right? So Wolf Investments, and we talked about how Ethereum is the chain that if you're going to launch a big blue chip project on, you kind of have to go with Ethereum because there's not enough liquidity. We were talking earlier about Caspa. Somebody asked, what do you think about Caspa? I think it's great, but you can't launch anything that has a huge amount of value onto it because people just don't have enough liquidity to buy what you're launching there. Right?
That's really sad.
I know. You'd have to, I mean, you could potentially bridge assets over from Ethereum or from Bitcoin or some other way, but it does create a problem, right? For emerging projects to say like, okay, in confidence, we're going to bring whatever, $3 billion worth of assets to your brand new chain that only has $100 million in value. See the problem?
It's too risky.
Yeah, big time.
Ugh.
So yeah, what are you going to do? I mean, you have these, and I'm not talking about institutional money. I'm not talking about like these scumbags that caused the collapse of FTX and Celsius and all that. I'm talking about like artists. I'm talking about fine art galleries. I mean, heck, speaking of money laundering and going to jail.
Oh, do we need to go there?
No, we don't. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we don't. Just say, yeah, it's an interesting problem to solve, right? In blockchain. See, any additional comments coming in? +1 from Mom says, Stick. Goblin Dude says, to paraphrase Jesus a moment here, he said, even fools are perceived as wise men when they remain silent.
That's why I'm so quiet.
All right, there you go.
No one will ever know. I have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah,
Just
there you go.
close my mouth, nod my head, look straight into their eyes, don't lose eye contact.
I think Abraham Lincoln had a good quote about that too.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember it?
No.
I do.
Okay, then you say it.
No, I'd rather remain silent than be perceived as maybe wise.
See what he did there? Mm-hmm.
So moving on, here's the tool that I wanted to show you, watchers.pro. So apparently it lets you set up different profiles and connections. You have to check this out on your own, but lets you watch a bunch of different wallets on the Ethereum network. That's the thing about all these competing chains like Caspa versus Ethereum. You got this rich ecosystem where you can do something like this, right? The address entity graph. You can figure out how is this wallet interacting with the rest of the network, and can you figure out who's doing what on the Ethereum network, other than just being on the block explorer and looking at one wallet at a time. Can you very simply use a visual tool like this?
Why does it look like an eyeball?
Because that little eyeball and the little iris right there, and then the pupil in the center. The pupil in the center is the thing you're looking at.
It's the I'm going to say it looks like the universe.
Think of it more like a dandelion than an eyeball. Okay, so this is 3D. What you're seeing right there.
That would be like a deformed dandelion.
I know. There's a patchy dandelion.
Right? Like, what's wrong with that dandelion?
The patch in this is our dog tried to it's like
our dog would eat that so fast.
It took a little nibble on the front there. And that dandelion, think of the center as being the address that you're inspecting, and then all those other little seeds right there. Mm-hmm. Think of all those being the other addresses that it interacts with.
Oh.
And so you can very quickly look at that and see what the connection graph looks like, and click on a different one and make it the center of the dandelion that you're inspecting, and figure out what else it normally interacts with. And some of them don't look as rich and full as this little dandelion.
Yeah, well, I gotta say, this one looks like it has some kind of like ocular issue.
It's
just on the side there on the iris. What's going on?
Yeah, it's suffering macular degeneration. I'm so sorry. Ethereum
Your little address.
Yeah,
it's very sad.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but
so see, it is an eyeball.
You're gonna lose all of your crypto soon, eyesight soon. You're not gonna be able to see your crypto anymore.
That's what's happening.
Yeah, there you go. But I mean, that's true if you get into high leverage, like leverage trading or any kind of like high frequency trading on crypto anyway. Eventually, just lose all your money. Here's another tool we can show people.
Futurepedia.
Yeah. What does it do?
Well, it is the largest AI tools directory, updated daily.
Awesome. What should we look for as far as tools?
Tools?
Nothing.
No, not that.
Okay. Shoot.
What? No, you're looking for her. Yeah. Again. Linux. That bitch.
No. It's terrible.
We should look up balls.
Okay. We're looking up balls. Balls it is. Goblin says this almost looks like a lightning node chart. Yeah, it does, right? Very similar. You can filter for a view like that. Just talking about that other connection graph there. All right. So we're looking up balls.
Balls.
Nope. No ancient pagan gods. Sorry. Oh, hey. Balls. There you go. Steamship, RTutor. Ooh, test R code. That's cool. Quick generate and test R code. So if you're working with large data sets, there you go.
Aren't you glad I told you to do that search?
Yes, I'm so glad. Refusion generates music from text prompts. I don't know why that came up with balls, next to balls, but there you have it.
Maybe baseline somehow translates to balls.
That tracks for sure. AI video generator tools, 24. Oh my gosh. Text to speech tools. Okay, next video that we do, it won't even be me on screen. It will literally be my AI avatar.
But you won't know because it will look exactly like him.
And scene. Okay. Yeah, done. AI Mind Your Biz is auditioning this week. Good luck, audience, telling the difference. I don't think you can. But those are a couple of tools that I wanted you to be aware of. They might live in the description of this video in future live streams because it's super important to us that you have simple tools that you can use to improve your crypto journey, including asking ChatGPT, what are some really great characteristics of speculative coins that I can mine? And I didn't mean to dodge that question from before, Geek of All Trades. I really didn't mean to dodge it. But when you ask about what I look for in a spec mineable coin, I don't like talking about it. I don't like talking about it publicly because, well, I mean, think about it. There's an inverse incentive. If you talk about a spec mining coin, then that will increase competition on the network, which will decrease the amount of rewards that you as an individual miner gets. You'll make a market for it potentially, meaning that there'll be fresh liquidity coming onto exchanges because more holders will have it. So it's a balancing act. If I bring to you a spec mining coin that I'm mining, you'll also be, the game theory suggests, you'll also be thinking, is he bringing this to me because he wants me to be his exit liquidity? Because I'm just starting to mine now? Did he pre-mine this before me? How much of a competitive advantage did he have? So probably better for me not to talk about mineable gems. Or I don't know, maybe do some project interviews. I think I'd feel a lot more comfortable talking about or talking to the leadership of some of those projects. If you can think of some, I am happy to do those kinds of interviews in exchange for donations only, right? Not paid reviews. So I do have a calendar that's just for coin project leadership. And I still believe in fundamentals, right? If it's an anonymous founding team, I don't really love that. Even if they're willing to like privately dox to a third party, or if they're willing to privately dox to me and I keep their identity anonymous or stay pseudonymous, then that's helpful as well. I mean, case in point, I will be interviewing the lead for Epic Cash again. He is not public with his face on camera, but there's enough audio material based on his podcast that if he were public any other place, you could probably find him, right? So he is technically just pseudonymous. Anyway, that was a really dumb explanation for a really simple question, wasn't it?
It was a lengthy explanation, not dumb. Lengthy.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Hey, I appreciate the clarification too. Geek of All Trades says, not asking what coins you're looking at specifically, but what attributes and other info you look for in a project. I appreciate you asking that. I'd probably do like a really tactical video just about that, right?
Yeah,
but
thank you.
Yeah, good idea. Let me answer just very briefly now. A couple of things. Would just, like I said before, look for team. Like if the team is dodgy, if you're not sure about the team, then don't even start. It's a waste of your time, They might not be able to see it all the way through. And I think in particular, there were a couple of projects that would reach out to me. Oh my, Automatic Beats says it's a girthy explanation. What if I told you it was girthy and lengthy? Would you believe me? I won't prove it.
There's only one person here who knows.
Anyway, yeah. So as far as it, some things I look for. Team is a big one. It's a really, really big one. If I can't find the team for a project, or if I can't have access at all to the team to ask them questions for a project in the position that I'm in, with the potential to interview them publicly, which should give them more recognition. If they're still very like aloof, I mistrust that. And it's not that I'm like some big time YouTuber, right? Where like I command the YouTube airwaves. Automatic Beat says big and veiny, but spells it vain as in like full of oneself. That was very, very witty. I've got to hand it to you.
Well done.
That was good. You got me. You got me. So yeah, I think team is probably the biggest one. I'll just mention that. There's a couple other things as well, but I think team is a very, very big one. If you ever are looking at anonymous teams and they think, they think that that's just going to be, they can just get your hash rate for free. Nah, man. No, they need to show up and prove they're going to do the work. Otherwise you're spec mining for potentially for nothing. So yeah. And in my mind, in a way, that's actually more special than even getting people to like pay for coins, and create a liquidity pair on Uniswap or something. Mindsom asks about specifically the Bitcoin Unlimited team. I'm not going to comment on that, but I appreciate you asking. Let me prepare that video about things to look for in a spec mining coin and some other material as well. Maybe ways to evaluate hardware right now, because we still have relatively good prices on hardware, but make those one-off videos. We've been streaming for over an hour, so I think we are going to call it a night. Mind Your Biz community, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being supportive, being subscribed, sharing this video. Your support is why we do this, really. You're the reason we make this media. Love your face. Oh, before I let you go, Mind Your Biz Classic. We will be publishing shorts there. So, and also publishing to the TikTok channel. I didn't think I was going to do that, but that's how we're going to be making our shorts, is through TikTok.
Here we are.
If you're not subscribed there, be subscribed there. If you're subscribed there, you're not subscribed here. Subscribe to both channels. Totally worth it. It's also going to be a fallback in case we need to, fast paddle from some other place to somewhere else.
Because you never know.
You literally never know.
Yeah, you never know when
they can unalive your channel any day.
Censorship hammer. I'm going to bring it down right on your neck.
Yes.
That's a guillotine. Never mind.
Yep.
Wrong analogy. Right on the crown of your head with the hammer. Right on your neck with the guillotine.
Man, you think about head trauma and dying a lot, don't you?
This is why I don't like sleeping. These are what my dreams are like.
All right. Well, Mind Your Biz community, remember to stay private and mind your biz. Dancing outro.